Not too long ago, the 6'10", 250-pound forward worked his way up and became one of the most dominant high school players ever. From his quick, crazy guard-like first step to his overall widespread variety of offensive skill set, it became clear to a lot of people when watching him play that he was going to be a future lottery pick, and he's truly led by example at every single level. But it's also someone who has a backstory on what makes him who he is today. This is the Paolo Banchero story. Paolo Banchero was born on November 12, 2002 in Seattle, Washington, to mother Rhonda and father Mario Banchero. Now, the physical dominant force that Paolo always dominated the game with came from his father, who was a football star and played tight end at the University of Washington. But the IQ and just overall genuine feel for the game of basketball came from his mother, as she also attended the University of Washington and was a standout athlete for the women's basketball team and was the program's all-time leading scorer with 2,948 points, but also went on to become the first player in school history to be a WNBA draft pick when she was selected by the Sacramento Monarchs in the 3rd round of the 2000 WNBA draft. Now, during Paolo's childhood, it became clear at a young age to his parents that he had a special, intelligent, and fast approach when it came to athletics, which made them introduce Paolo to various sports. He played basketball, football, and even took part in playing track. But as a freshman, standing at 6'8", he was the starting QB on the state championship team while attending Odeya High School in Seattle, Washington. But he made the decision to set aside football and put all of his attention towards basketball. And for his freshman season, he averaged 14 points and 10 rebounds to go along with 4 assists per contest. And although he showed glimpses of how dominant of a player he could be, he truthfully took that next step during his sophomore season as he tallied on 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists per game, but also led his team to the Class 3A state championship and ended the season being named the most valuable player of the year. Every single game, he played with an extra chip on his shoulder and was always determined to prove that he was the best on the court at all times. In his junior season, he scored 23 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists to go along with 2 blocks per game, but ended the season as the Class 3A runners-up to go along with the Max Preps National Junior of the Year honors. But for his senior season, he decided to transfer and play for BFL Prep, located in Seattle, Washington. And standing at 6'10", he was a complete beast and easily picked apart his matchups. He ended the season being ranked the 4th best player in the ESPN Top 100 class of 2021 and received Washington Gatorade Player of the Year and was named a McDonald's All-American. So with offers from schools from all across the country, he chose to sign a letter of intent to play basketball at Duke University. In his freshman season, nobody in college basketball had a single answer for his outside scoring and his inside presence. He showed outstanding footwork and patience. The pace that he played with and the reads that he made, standing at 6'10" and 250 pounds, were really eye-opening. Now, he was a player who really simplified the game and knew how to get to his spots whenever he wanted to, which is why he was one of the most efficient mid-range jump shooters in all of college basketball. When it came to his playmaking, he had a special knack on finding his teammates when hard driving to the basket with his quick drop-offs and wraparound passes. And even at his size, he was a great grab-and-go player and led the break reminiscent to a point guard. With Paolo being so dominant with the ball in his hands, he really took advantage of the defense when the double team came his way and knew how to find open shooters and cutters to the basket. When it came to pick and roll as a passer or scorer, it really opened up a lot of options. Defensively, he showed flashes when he was disciplined. Earlier on in the season, Banchero was dealing with cramps and was a very heavy sweater. He even lost 7 pounds per game and was forced to drink a fluid that would help him stay hydrated. And to a lot of people, it sounded dangerous, but in reality, it just sounded worse than what it really was. He ended the season averaging 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists, while shooting 48% from the field and 34% from 3. which led him to be a top 3 projected lottery pick. So after winning ACC Freshman of the Year, he decided to enter the 2022 NBA Draft and would be selected first overall by the Orlando Magic. In the Summer League, he averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists in his 2 games. He showed that whenever he had just a little bit of space, then he could create anything out of it. And just like college, he was never in a hurry and had great poise and pace. And just that small sample size that he shown in the Summer League and just his overall maturity was quite astonishing, as it seemed as though everything was coming to him so easy. And unlike most players in his class, the way he carried himself was reminiscent to a 10-year vet. From the way he was able to get down low in the post and just have his way at any given moment, to his outside scoring, everything was just overall polished. And in just 2 games, he clearly showed why he was selected the #1 pick. In his NBA debut, he quickly took matters in his own hands, making it look easy, putting up 27 points on 11 of 18 shooting. He grabbed 9 rebounds to go along with 5 assists. That performance was the highest point total by a #1 pick in their first NBA game since Allen Iverson in 1996. But he's continued to perform at a high level on a gamely basis. Now, he did miss 7 games in November due to a sprained ankle, but returned. And so in December, he carried a very strong load for his team. His strong presence even helped the Magic go on a 6-game winning streak. During that span, he averaged 23 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, and shot 44% from the field and 47% from 3. He's really been able to use his size to get points at the rim. A good asset that has really been able to translate to the next level is his IQ as a passer, which has been nearly making him unstoppable. He's also had a knack on getting to the free throw line. Banchero's 7.9 free throw attempts per game puts him 6th all-time among rookies since the NBA-ABA merger. Paolo has a usage rate of 27.9% and a true shooting percentage of 55.5%. Even with him being a rookie, he has shown a lot of comfortability when it comes to finishing through traffic with either hands. Paolo Banchero's combination of size, athleticism, and overall shot creation is what really gives him superstar potential, and his overall approach to the game has always been ahead of his time. But it's also someone who knows he could have took a different route and impacted the same way he does in basketball.
I just wanted to come into this league and just make my presence be felt. Obviously being #1 pick, it's always going to be expectations. As I go, obviously I think I got a lot to work on, but, I think I have a pretty good idea of, just where I want to get on the floor.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Paolo Banchero story.